Alright, I guess we're live. Hey guys! Welcome to, this Christmas art stream that I'm doing for the CosCast. Today is the 6th of December. As you probably already know, why I'm telling you, I don't know, but I'm doing it anyway. So, today we're going to be doing a little bit of a Christmas art stream. And I'm going to be drawing this lovely little fox that you can see open in my Photoshop thingy majigger. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I don't know why the picture is coming up a little bit blurry on YouTube, but hopefully it's fine. Oh well. You can see it. Now there we go. It's fixed. Okay. So, hey, Ryudai! She's in the chat watching. Nice of you to join me. Right. So, I'm going to be doing the stream for approximately 1 hour. And while I'm streaming, I will probably be talking on and off, incessantly or no. And just, talking you through the process or chit-chatting about things and thingamajiggers and doodads. Christmas stuff, things. So yeah, this is going to be like a Christmas card. So the dimensions I've set up for this drawing is 300 by 300 millimeters, 30 centimeters per side, and the resolution is 300 pixels per inch, that is. And yeah, so basically what I did, I drew a pencil sketch with my mechanical pencil because that is what I prefer, scanned it, and I have now opened it in Photoshop. Now, as you can see, the paper on the scan is a little bit different from the background color because it's all white and the scan is not. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is fixing that so that the paper and the background melt together better. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to image adjustments, I think. Oh, kind of have to choose the right layer first. Image, adjustments, and levels. And I'm just going to up the white here. There we go. So now you can see all of the gray is gone, but some of the pencil isn't as visible, but you can adjust that by, sliding this center slider thingy around. So I'm just going to fix that. And there you go. Fixed that problem. Hi, Rick Stuff. Thanks for joining both you and Liana. It's so nice to have people come in and join the stream with me. Alright, so I've been toying around with this idea of making this a kind of a different Christmas card. I don't want to use traditional Christmas colors like red, white, and green. So I thought I would do them in like pastels instead, like a pastel blue and pastel pink and like coral salmon-ish kind of colors. Just to toy around with conventions and see how that turns out. So yeah, that's the first thing I'm going to be doing. Beforehand, I set up a layer with a selection of colors I think I might want to use. That may change as the stream goes on. We'll just have to wait and see. I've dressed for the occasion. As you can see, I have my cat ear, wolf ears, fox ears, whatever they are, on, so I can match this evening's drawing. If you're gonna do something, do it right, I guess. Alright. So I figured the first thing I'm going to do very quickly is just clean up my sketch a little bit. I can see that there are some places where that needs to happen, like in the middle here with the hat and everything. And these letters, I'm not sure if I'm keeping these. So for now, I'm keeping them there, but I might erase them later. I'm just going to have to wait and see how I feel about it later on. So I'm just going to up the opacity and the flow of the eraser. And I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. I think I have some dust on my scanner, so some of these, there are some particles here that don't need to be here, but that's okay. I'm not going to spend a lot of time just cleaning this up because it's unnecessary. I'm just going to get rid of some of the more visible ones. Just that annoy me a little bit. And then the rest can just be, you know, character. Make it look more organic, so to speak. I like drawings that kind of look like they're handmade. Makes them seem more real, if you know what I mean. But sometimes you need that kind of polished, finished result look, and that's cool too. It all, you know, boils down to if you're just making stuff for yourself, what you prefer, or what your client prefers if you have a client. It's always important to keep that in mind. Let's see. So how have you guys been doing this week? Has it been busy? Has it been nice? Has it been stressful? I know Ryurai had some exams that she passed, so congratulations on that. Ooh. Undo. That was pink. That was not my eraser. There we go. That's the eraser. So yeah, just let me know if you had a good time. I have been a little bit stressed out this week, as usual, really. I'm always stressed out. If I'm not stressed out, I'm probably dead, if you know what I mean. I do worry a lot, and I work very hard, and I keep my shoulders, like, up around my ears a lot of the time. I'm kind of sad that way. Okay, I'm just going to take down the opacity and the flow just a little bit. And make this a bit smaller. Yeah. I mean, for me, I've been having some issues getting into the Christmas spirit this year, which isn't something that is normally an issue with me because I love Christmas. And usually it's fairly easy for me to get into the spirit. But I don't know, just this year, it's been difficult. But then again, I've been struggling a lot with depression and anxiety and just being overworked and anxious in general. So there might be just a logical explanation there. And also I don't feel like I'm able to like get the amazing Christmas presents for people that I think that they deserve, because I love buying presents and I love finding special things for people I care about that make them happy. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that this year, so we'll see. But I have faith. Christmas will still be great. There we go. Let's see. We have some activity in the chat. Ryurai says that right now I'm just waiting for Christmas to come, as I have so many gifts I want to give and I want to know how people react to them. Then again, I haven't managed to put up any decorations yet. Ah, that sounds great. I'm jealous. I wish I was you. I love giving away presents and watching people's reactions. It's the best. So mostly I'm making Christmas presents today. Now, I know my parents aren't going to be watching this stream because they're not tax heavy that way. So, but I think I want to make like little video greetings for my family, because I'm celebrating Christmas with my hubby this year, so it's just the two of us. And so we won't get to see most of our family this Christmas. So I figured maybe I would make like personalized video messages and send to them so they can watch it on Christmas Eve and, you know, feel a little bit closer. Lucia Ferro's in the chat. She says, hiya! Hi back! Nice to see you! Shuna says, you're amazing, Anita. You know that, right? Aw, thank you. I appreciate it. And Lucia Ferris says, I cheated and decorated for Christmas even before December, but I haven't had any Christmas soda yet. Oh, no. No, I totally cheated, too. I started decorating, like, the week ramping up to December, just because I knew that December was going to be busy, and I wasn't sure I would have the energy or the time to do anything about it once December came around. So I cheated. I'm also going to be putting up the Christmas tree way earlier than I should. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn on a blending mode here that is called multiply. That means that I have made the sketch layer see-through. So all of the white areas in the sketch are now see-through, which means I can put color underneath the sketch and it will show through. So that's what I'm going to do. So I add another layer beneath the sketch, layer 3, and I'm going to add, I think I'm going to make most of the background pink. So I'm just going to take the paint bucket here and just add in some pink. Then I'm going to take the elliptical marker, and I'm just going to try to cut out an even circle here. So I'm holding in shift while I'm dragging the thingy. Damn it! Why you do this? Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Damn it! Come on. Alright. There we go. Okay, I think I got it. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so now I have an elliptical mark, like frame that you can see. So what I can do now is I could either choose to cut out the pink in my background, or I can add in a white circle with the paint bucket tool. Either of which is fine, but I'm going to just make a cut. So there you go. Or maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to undo that. Maybe I actually want to fill that in because it'll be easier to manipulate it later on. So I'm going to add another layer. That's layer 4. And then I'm going to use the paint bucket and just add in some white paint instead. There we go. Then I'm just going to remove the elliptical marker, and there you see. Now I have a white circle, sort of kind of within the range of the sketched circle that I had to begin with. Yay! I've had some Christmas soda, by the way, Lucia Farah. I had it last week, and it was delicious, and I highly recommend that you get thee to a convenience store or a grocer and get thee some. Yeah, we put up our Christmas decorations at the same time as the affair. Okay, let's see. Rick Make Stuff says, "Okay, I'm here properly now. I was just finishing Tomb Raider and was only half watching. Oh, well, that's okay. I know I can't compete with Lara Croft. She's one hell of a lady." Lucia Ferra says, "I've fallen back into the Stardew Valley world, even though I should prioritize other things." And Tim Marquis says, "Is there going to be a swear jar?" No, there never is. Did I swear? Have I been swearing? I probably have. Oh well. I never said that this was PG-13. And if you're offended, I'm sorry. It's not on purpose. I just can't help myself. I swear a lot. In another life, I was probably a sailor. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Anyways. Have you other guys started preparing for Christmas or feeling that Christmas spirit yet? Let me know. I want to know. Tim says, "Damn it." Rera says, "You have not sweared." Okay, good to know. I think I might have. You can tell me if I do. Alright, so, right, back to the fox. The little foxy fox. I'm going to operate on a new layer because layers are your best friend when you're dealing with Photoshop. Because if you fuck up and you need to erase something or change something around, it's always easier to do it if you have things on a separate layer, because that means you don't have to erase the rest of your work. Because everything that is on a separate layer is protected, so to speak. Okay, so I've used my color picker to pick this medium pink here, and I am going to start coloring in the fox. His fur is going to be a pink fox. It's a little bit big, that brush. Let's see. So I have the opacity and the flow. I'm going to set it to 100% so that it is very opaque and there's a lot of flow, so that the paint is not see-through when I put it on the canvas, so to speak. Ryudai Art says that the biggest problems with these Christmas presents are that people live so far away. I'll have to time it, ask people for help getting the presents out. Oh yeah, that's the worst. Logistics and mail and everything around Christmas, the worst. Rick Mixtuff says, nope, I get paid tomorrow, so it's going to be a busy weekend of buying presents. Aw, but it sounds nice. I love buying presents. I mean, I know that everyone says that it stresses them out and that they hate it and they get all sweaty and there are so many people around. And like, normally I agree. I get anxious around a lot of people, but there's just something about Christmas present shopping that puts me at ease. Just because I know that I'm looking for something special for someone else that'll, give them a little extra something around Christmas. And like a token of appreciation, or like, hey, here's something that I thought you'd like because, I know you to a certain extent. Lucia Ferra says that the Christmas feeling usually doesn't show up properly for me since things are meh, but I'm feeling the cozy mood still. Cozy mood is good. It's close enough to Christmas mood, don't you think? I mean, things are meh for me a lot of the time too, but it's just like ever since I was a child, Christmas has always been like a good thing, a positive thing in my life, if you know what I mean. Because my mom always made sure that we had a great Christmas regardless of whether or not we had money or whether or not everyone was at home or whatever. So Christmas has always been a good time of year for me, So, okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm just coloring in the fox. I'm trying to be as careful as I can not to go outside of the edges, but that's going to happen. So I'm just going to clean those up later. The important part is that most of the fox is colored in. So I'm just going to do that. There we go. Now, when I focus, I tend to stop talking just because, I pay attention to what I do. I get, like, intensity collects in my mouth, so I kind of tend to, like, bite my lips or stick my tongue out or stuff like that when I'm really focused on something. I've never made a pink fox before, by the way. It's new. But I like it. He is adorable. Did they ever agree upon what the fox says? I can't remember. I think I've heard a recording of foxes, like howling or, speaking to each other. It sounds weird. Like they're strangling or like they're babies who are being strangled or something. It sounds grotesque, but that's kind of what I heard, at least. I forgot his little paws need to be white. Okay, I need to fix the opacity and the flow of this thing. There we go. There we go. Alright, so now we just need to color in his little tail. I like big tails and I cannot lie, and you other foxes can't deny. Can you finish that? It's gonna drive me nuts. Finish the rest of the lyric. The other foxes can't deny. When a fox walks in, with a big floof in your face, you get something? Something? I don't know. I don't know where that came from. Sometimes I worry that I have ADD, but I don't think I do. I just think I have a wandering mind. There we go. Just cleaning this up a bit. Now, obviously, I chose to do something small and simple today because I don't want to be pressed for time. And I want to just, chill and have fun and relax with you guys and actually make something that I can finish properly for a change. Because usually I'm a bit too ambitious and then I have to go overtime or I have to finish things up in post. And, it's a whole ordeal. But this time I think I'll actually be able to get through the whole thing in approximately an hour. It's been 20 minutes so far. I think I'm making fairly good time. And if I finish up beforehand, well, then that's just great. That means I can do some other, like, fine-tunings or whatever. Okay, let's see what the chat has been saying while I've been busy focusing. All right. The Duodai says that I don't trust the mail service, so I want to hand out presents myself in one way or another, except for Lucia. Too hard to get delivered without the post service. Yes, I totally get that. Lucia Farrow says, I want to be able to draw like this. Aw, sweetie, thank you. And foxes make unholy sounds. Yes, they do. They sound horrible. Ryudai says, I just hope people will understand my messy handwriting when they get their presents. Aw, sweetie, they will, for sure. And if they don't, well, they could always text you and ask you what you wrote. The magic of having a phone. Lucia Farah says that they tend to have foxes around screaming in the dark. It's scary AF. Hello, Just Becca. Welcome to the chat. And Tim says, foxes fight outside my house some nights. It's like waking up to a horror film of screams. Oh dear. And Just Becca says, I have ADHD. I feel for you. I've heard that it's a hard thing to cope with sometimes, but at least maybe you're, I think that sometimes it can be used to your advantage, if you know of how it works for you and you've learned how to deal with it. I think, most things can be turned around to a strength. Let's see. My feet are falling asleep. Damn. Okay. So, one of the reasons why I've chosen to sketch this fox out with a mechanical pencil, as opposed to doing the whole thing digitally, is that I've never really mastered the whole art of inking and like drawing digitally. It just somehow seems to work against me. Like I can't work it out. I can't get a nice line out of it, and it annoys me. There's just something that is missing, like, from the process, so it ends up looking inorganic and stiff and just not like my art, so I don't like it a lot. But I do like coloring things in digitally. It can give some nice effects. So I don't know about you guys watching, if you have any such preferences or have felt the same way about drawing traditionally versus digitally, or painting, coloring, whatever, what have you. Alright, so that's all the pink for the fox. I'm going to go in with sort of like a pinky, corally red for the hat. I'm just doing that on the same layer as the rest of the fox because not a lot of this is going to interact, and if I fuck up, it's not going to be a big deal. It'll just be some minor erasing or... Oh, or color correcting, and it'll be fine. So I'm just gonna go in and color up this hat. There we go. Just Becca says, it's hard to cope sometimes, but I feel like my ADHD helps me with my creativity. Yeah, I bet it does, because it probably makes, you know, your mind bounce from thing to thing, and allows you to be impulsive and creative and just think in a different way than other people do. So yeah, I'm sure it does. Lucia Ferra says, how did you transfer it to your PC? Stupid question, maybe. No, it's not a stupid question at all. In the stream, I mentioned what I've done. So what I did is I scanned the picture on my scanner, and then I fiddled with the levels, so I can show you again. Like, this is the layer the sketch is on. And I went to image and adjustment and levels, and if I, you know, slide on these thingies, it adjusts, you know, the noise and the detail on the sketch, so that, you know, you can tweak it and make it look like it's one with the background, the digital background of your file. I hope that answered your question. Just Becca says, I draw on paper, but I really want a drawing tablet. Yeah, drawing tablets are a really great tool for coloring digitally and drawing digitally. I've seen a lot of people saying that they really enjoy using the Procreate app on Apple iPads or tablets, you know. So that could be recommended if you just want to try it out. There are a lot of tablets who have built-in screens, and tablets like the one I have, where you have to watch the screen and draw on the tablet. So it's a bit of a... It takes some time to adjust to this way of drawing instead of just drawing straight onto paper. So it kind of boils down to what you can afford and what you're comfortable with. Because obviously the drawing tablets with a built-in screen are more expensive than this kind of tablet. And also most tablets come in different price classes. And what I have is the Wacom Intuos. I don't remember which number it is, but it's an Intuos. So let's see. New layer. I'm going to add some more white. Just going to use the eyedropper to get the same white color. I'm just going to zoom in on the hat here. I'm going to make the brush a bit smaller. And then I'm just going to color in this little guy right here. Now, I'm not going to be super clean with the edges because I don't want that look. I want it to be a little quirky, a little bit messy. Just so it looks a little handmade, because I like that expression. I'm going to have to clean up this sketch a little bit more, I can tell. Because I don't want all of this noise necessarily here. That was a little bit much. Undo. So I'm gonna turn down the opaqueness and the flow so the eraser isn't as strong. Gives me a little bit more freedom to just erase without completely erasing everything. It's more the feel of like a natural traditional eraser. Like you have to rub a little bit harder, and you have to rub several times to get rid of things, which can sometimes be a little easier to deal with, just in general. There we go. I'm gonna just color sample here and just go back to the pink layer for the fox and just draw in some dark tips for his ears, because I like that. And my foxes. we go. So, I've been debating back and forth of whether or not I should do some shading, like some cell shading or whatever. But I'll do that as soon as I have like a base color level for all of the parts of the fox. So I'm gonna have to go into the layer where I put the white, and I'm going to have to color in some more of his feet. I hope you guys are finding this interesting and enjoyable and not super tedious, seeing as I'm talking like a lot right now. And I can sometimes have a kind of annoying voice, I have been told, because it's very high-pitched sometimes. Let's see. Just color in the snow as well. Together with the feet, might as well just have that on the same layer. It'll make things easier for me. At least right now it will. So, just gonna color that in. There we go. CZ Tori says, I'm so slow at drawing digitally. Oh, rest in peace. I thought it was tomorrow. Gotta practice for my sign test, so I can't watch, but it looks great. Ah, thank you. Lucia Farah says that the iPad Pro and Procreate is... That's good to know. And, Ryudai says, I ended up packing my drawing tablet for drawing while waiting for my grade after exam. Drawing helped me keep calm, and drawing digitally, I am not as afraid of messing up as with normal pen and paper. No, it's easier to fix things digitally. It definitely is. Good luck, CZ, with your exam. Lucia Farah says, now I'm going to draw a bit. Inspired. Oh, that's nice. I'm happy I was able to inspire you. And Lucia Farah says, this is lovely because I miss you. I miss you too. Hope to see you again soon sometime. And Ryura says that it's super fun to watch you draw and you have a lovely voice. Thank you. And Just Becca says, your voice is lovely and it's super fun to watch. I feel inspired already. And Rick says, it's great to watch, listen to. It's as relaxing as Bob Ross. Well, that is a compliment. I will take it. Although I would not dream to be as magnificent as the legendary Bob Ross. He's an interesting character. Does very pretty landscapes. I don't know if he's ever done this style of drawing, though, before. Would like to know, though. That would be interesting. Let's see. I'm just gonna do some more erasing. Just here on the side. There we go. Alright. Here we go. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding in some blues in the snow and possibly on the scarf, just to see how that looks. I'm not sure, but we'll give it a go. So I'm just going to go on a new layer once again. I'm going to just use the eyedropper tool to get the right blue color that I've chosen. And I'm just going to color in the scarf and parts of the snow. I think this is going to be like a nice contrast to all the pink. So we're at that 30-minute mark approximately, so that's good. Haven't spent too much time dawdling around, which is good. Now, I did spend a lot of time coming up with the sketch. I think I sat for like almost 2 hours just trying to draw things and testing out what I liked until I finally landed on this one. So there's a lot of work just getting to this point that, you know, people generally don't get to see just because I don't sketch digitally. I don't like it. Although maybe I'll have to do that sometime too. I don't know. I can never get the perspectives right there's just something about it that just doesn't turn out quite right. Alright, so we have some shading to do with the snow. I'm just gonna do that. There we go. I'm just gonna erase a little bit around here. I can feel myself starting to concentrate again to like make the shading of the snow aesthetically pleasing. And I'm like, come on, work out the way I want you to. Just little things like this can throw you off every once in a while. There we go. That feels a little bit better. Slightly more organic. Just gonna add some more blues that I can erase a little bit here and there. Rira says, I looked at the FF episode, The Dragon and the Elf, and my voice is the sharp, annoying one. I feel so sorry for whoever has to edit that episode to podcast because my laughter is loud. Oh, honey, don't you worry about it. I mean, my laughter and Ingrid's laughter, we are both super loud when we laugh. So, I mean, I have to edit myself in podcast form, and sometimes I'm like, oh God, will you ever shut up, woman? Like, please, I can't take it. Let someone else talk for a hot minute. But, you know, eventually you kind of get over it and you get used to listening to yourself, and it's just, you know, everyone hates their voice usually when they hear it in recordings. So don't you worry about that. No. There we go. Alright, there we go. Ah, look, you look so happy. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and I'm going to add some darker stripes to the blue part of the blue scarf. Let's see, where did I put that? There it is. I think it's gonna be a good color, but I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna do another layer. Just to see if I'm happy with the way this color looks. If it's too bright, I can always fix it. I could just do the opacity. Yeah, that'll fix the problem eventually. So I'm just gonna draw it all in, and then I'll tweak it later. There. some quick little strokes. Just gonna tidy it up a bit. There we go. Let's zoom out. That looks rather cute, but I'm just gonna test out some things. Now what you can do if you find out that a color is not what you wanted, you can slide the opacity on the layer and it'll become more see-through and it will seem lighter than it actually is. What you can always do also is to go to the blend mode and you can change, well, the blend mode of your layers. So you can change the way it reacts to the other layers of color beneath it. But I don't have to do that in this case. I'll just leave it at normal and just play around with the opacity until I like where it's at. So now it's at 30% and I think that looks pretty nice. So I'm happy with how that looks. So I'm going to keep it at 30%. All right, so now what we have here is pretty much the flat color. And I figured I'm going to add in some gray to the lantern and to the eyes and the nose. And then I will try to do some shading, and that will probably be all that I have time for today because we only have 20 minutes left. So let's just move on to that. I'm just going to make this smaller. 20, that's fine. Kind of have to go on a new layer, undo, started painting on the wrong layer, that's not good. Step back. All right, there, new layer, nose. You can see it's looking very different. It's very much more saturated than the other one. Ooh. There we go. Just gonna whip out the eraser again just to even out the shape of the eyes because they were looking a little wonky to me. There, and then I'm gonna add some white, just a little white highlight at the top of the eyes. There. I think that'll look good. Yeah, that totally works. And then I'm gonna go down to the lantern and just fill in some color there too. Ooh, that's a little bit big. There we go. That's more comfortable. See, there we go. So you can see my sketch style is a little messy. I've never been super clean in the way I draw, but I'm not super messy either. I like to have like jagged little pencil strokes here and there. Just, to me, it looks more alive that way. I guess it's what you would call personal style or preference or something. Ooh, that turned out a little wonky. There we go. lantern. Might have to actually add some yellow in here just to get the lantern light going. So I'm just going to take some pastel pink and put it on a separate layer beneath the gray. Oops. Ugh, now I did it on, yeah. I did it all wrong. Cancel. Put the yellow in the background color. It's not supposed to be in the background color. It's supposed to be in the forefront color. So there we go. Now it's right. Ta-da! Because I'm working on so many separate layers, I can just create layers above and beneath and just add in color where I need to add in color, where I feel like adding in color. That is very neat. Just gonna erase a little bit more. Smoothing out some deets here. Oops. But not too much. Okay, so let's zoom back out again. There we are. Now we've colored all of the base areas of the drawing. And I can just remove the color display. And I can bring it back if I need to. So what I want to do now is, I think I'm going to try to lift the text. Or, you know, like, I'm going to duplicate my sketch layer so that if anything happens, I could just, like there. I have a copy of my sketch now. I'll just make it invisible for now. And then I'm going to just remove, with the eraser, the text and add in some digital text just to see if I like that better. So I'm just gonna try doing that. I'm going to have to go in, zoom in. There we are. Just because I want to see it now. I think that kind of looks a little bit better already. Just because it was so close up to the fox. I want the fox to kind of like shine on his own. And the good thing about this is that I can just, you know, write it in Norwegian or in English or whatever I prefer. And it'll be fine. So what I'm doing is I'm going to do the whole Merry Christmas in white. I'm going to center it. I'm going to center the box so that it's in the middle of the card. And I'm just going to lift this up there. Maybe it could be bigger, possibly. So let's do that. Just going to drag this to the top of everything so it's not below any of the sketch layers or anything like that. And then I can just, you know, toy around, move it. I could also potentially just write each word individually and bend it around here like I had done with the hand-drawn letters. But I kind of like how this is looking, so I think I might just keep it like this for now. I can see that the fox is not completely centered in the image, and that annoys me a little bit, but that is something I can fix later. So I'm not going to worry about that now. Okay, I'm just going to check in with the chat just to see what's been going on there. Ryurai says that the hardest part to any drawing is the sketching. Yes, it is. But I do really enjoy sketching, though. It's very therapeutic in a way. And just Becca asks, so what cons are people thinking about attending next year? And Lucia Ferrer says, ToryCon for sure, maybe KawaiiCon or BonsaiCon. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to KawaiiCon because I won a ticket in a Instagram competition. So I kind of really want to go. And ToryCon for sure because it's my favorite convention. And also BonsaiCon for sure. And then I'm going to have to wait and see what I can afford beyond the other ones. Although just Becca says that her dream is to finally attend BonsaiCon. Yes, BonsaiCon is so much fun. It's really worth it. You should go if you have the opportunity. Tim says there's a con in the UK called Sci-Fi Weekender. It's on a holiday resort and goes for 3 days. Parties, shows, rooms, etc. all included. It's awesome. Me and Kat are taking the Baron and wife there in 2019. That sounds so cool. I like it. Wish I could go. Rick Make Stuff says is that the one in Manchester? And Tim says it's really fun. You only find out about it through word of mouth, so it's never too busy, but great people, and everyone goes hard on the cosplays for the evening parties. Ooh, yeah. Just Becca is saying, I'm saving money so I can go. Yeah, cool. Guys are so good at, like, talking with each other. That's one of the things I really like about these streams. Like, I get to see how people interact with each other. And I love it so much. You guys are always so nice to each other and so talkative. And, like, it makes it worth it. It makes it so much fun to do these kinds of things because you guys are so great. Now I'm just back to cleaning up some of my sketch. Again, just removing some of that background noise. There we go. I'm just cleaning up Mr. Fox's face because he was a little messy. There. That's nice. Okay, so I could say that he's pretty much done now, but I have 10 minutes left, so I figure I could try to add in some snow maybe, or potentially do some shading. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but we can try doing some snow first, just for funsies. So new layer, so many layers in this, and I'm just gonna, just add some little dots of snow. I don't know if you can see this because they're pretty small, but I'm just adding in a little bit of snow here and there. I'm gonna add in some bigger ones too. This is one of the places where working in layers really comes in handy because nothing of this is permanent on any other layer than the one I've chosen to work on. So layers is an ingenious thing. And I have pressure sensitivity on my pen. That is why I can get very different sizes on the snowflakes. Depending on the size I choose. And so there we go. I'm not sure if I should add snowflakes down here as well. But we can just, why not? Why not? Lucia Ferris says, I got stuck on the drawing. I have no idea what to draw. Aw, that's the worst. Like, I hate it when you get a proper art block and you're like, I want to draw, but I can't. I don't know what to do. But then I usually just go to Pinterest, or I have I have a separate art account on Instagram where I follow other artists that inspire me or that I think have cool forms of expressions. And then I look at that, or I look at fashion photos from different time eras. Like, I really like the aesthetics of the 1920s, like flapper dresses and just intricate embroidery and just the fabrics that they used back then. Like, that really inspires me. So I figure, that's a good way to go if you ever wanna like need some inspiration. So do that. And Ryurai says, I'm drawing Fateful Fumble stuff. What a shock. Well, no, it's not much of a shock. But you do it so well, and we love your Fateful Fumble portraits and things. They're adorable. They're wonderful. So we're just happy you do it. We're happy to have inspired people at all. That's like the highest form of praise to me is someone telling me that they've been inspired. For sure. Because inspiration means that you have given someone else creative energy to create something for themselves, or like you've contributed a teeny tiny piece of magic into someone else's life. That's how I see it. So, yeah, like, to me, that is the highest form of praise. Okay, we're on the 5-minute mark, you guys. I have to finish up soon. She's almost kind of sad. See that I need to tweak some things on the fox itself. Let's see. Find the right layer. And just fix some minor details. And we should be good. And I'm just gonna try some simple shading just to see what I think, if I like it or not. So I'm gonna just go with the orangey red color, and I'm just gonna go a tad darker, and then I'm just going to try to add some shading to it. And see what I think. There we go. And I'm going to do the same for Mr. Fox here. Just going a little bit darker. And just gonna try to add a little bit of shading on the sides. And then we'll see how we feel about that afterwards. I'm not gonna add it all over, just in places where I feel it could be beneficial. I'm sorry if I'm quiet again. I just get so focused. But I think this is what it needed to just get that little extra oomph, you know? And this kind of look is something that can be easily achieved if you have, like Copic markers or Letraset markers, like these ones that have like double tips, like a thin tip and a thicker tip, because you can layer them and you can mix colors into each other. So this is basically the same principle, only digital. Let's see now. I think I'm going to have to add a little bit of a light gray just to the white. That was a little bit too dark. Undo. Undo. A little bit lighter. Yeah, that's better. 59, oh no! I'm gonna hurry up now because I need to finish up this stream because I have a hubby who's dying to game and chat to his friends. So, I'm just gonna really quickly finish this up. Here we are. Just gonna dot some gray in the fur of his hat. Just for some depth. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think we can say that our Christmas card fox is pretty much done. I'm gonna just add some red shade to the other side of his hat. And that will be it. We've reached the 1 hour mark anyway, so it's time to wrap this baby up. But I hope you've had fun, and I hope you potentially learned something, or just, you know, was able to chill and get into some Christmas cheer, or get inspired, or whatever, you know. I hope you had a good time. And I hope you continue to follow our Christmas calendar post extravaganza on Instagram. There will be more content upcoming, both humorous and cozy, depending. So, you know, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun. Alright, yes. So I think we can safely say that Mr. Fox is done. He's ready for Christmas. I'm super happy that you guys came to watch, and I'll see you soon. Okay, thanks. Bye.